Menteri Rangba Jylla Konrad Konggal Sangma ulakdo baka jingyo no yuput usam bapura haprang ka Jylla Assam bat Meghalaya kan salong hadin ban nakaliang ka parliamen kan ai ka Jing Mynjur halor ka ne ka Jing Pynbeit. Menteri Rangba uloong baka senjam baningkong hi ban Pynbeit yuput usam kalong baki Tylli ki Jylla kin hab ban Mynjur lang ya ki Jaka kabaar kalong ban ra e kane ka kam saka sorkar pedeng bar ka sorkar pedeng kan tip ya ka ei baki Jylla ki kwa bar hakbak haddu dai ka dorbar parliamen jongkari India. Ula ban rap susu ban menta hab ban lej ban pej ban lam ban budak hamadan ban ong bakin hab sha Meghalaya lan sha Assam bad ya kane ka tenat survey ka India kan wan da ka jinge don lang baro ar Jylla. Halor ka jingkan tho jong kiliang persha halor ka ne kaman ulo ong ba tharai bakandon ka jinge mir jingmut ka ba companya bat ki badon benta ha ka ne ka Pynbeit put kumbalale ka ne ka sorkar hakini ki nriu banai ki baladem kalong ka e ka ba sngo tenan ban yu I ba kiliang persha kin keran biang ya ka ne ka phang.
See, number one, while we went ahead for this entire process, a lot of them, especially the opposition, is saying that stakeholders should be consulted. I don't think that there has been a more detailed consultation to the stakeholders than what we had done in the last 6 months. So it's quite unfortunate to see opposition bringing this issue up and saying that there should have been stakeholders consultation. In fact, earlier there were no stakeholders consultations, but for the first time we actually went down to the grassroots, and it is the will of the people, and after discussing with the people that this solution has been reached to. So yes, I have been maintaining from day one that it may not be the most perfect solution that everybody in Meghalaya would want, but this is definitely one of the best solutions that we could reach to. And majority of the areas which we had asked for, majority of the areas where our people are there, it has come to Meghalaya. And yes, there have been situations where the principles on the basis of which we had got the areas which we had asked for, on similar principles, those areas, other areas went to Assam. So obviously I've maintained from day one that while we discuss this critical matter, we cannot change principles, as per our needs and as per our desires. A principle has to apply both for Meghalaya and for Assam. And therefore, we went with the principle of public's opinion and public's will and ethnicity, and that is what has helped us to reach this spot. If any concerns are there, we are ready to again explain to everybody about this. But majority of the stakeholders, majority of the public is very happy with how we have gone ahead with this. And opposition, of course, will say things. I think the opposition also should realize that it's not that they have to oppose everything that the government does. Opposition has to realize that there are sometimes we have to work together in the interest of the state and the people, and this is the time that we should be together. And people of the state, and especially the border areas, have suffered for far too long, and development has been affected. People's lives have been put in danger. This cannot go on forever, and therefore we have taken a decision that we will find a solution. And I'm happy that with the help of the Ministry of Home Affairs and with the cooperation of the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, that we have finally been able to come to this point in the 6 locations, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to move forward in the other 6 locations also. So we have seen that this exercise has allowed us to build trust between both the states and the stakeholders also. And number 2, this has also allowed us to lay down some principles on the basis of which we will move forward. And number 3, most importantly, it has set the ball rolling, where you are actually seeing the officials, whether it's at the district level or the state level or the central level, we are all aware and involved in the process. And therefore, whenever there's a situation, like I was made to understand that there was a situation where certain plastic pillars were again put up somewhere in West Khasi Hills side. And immediately within a matter of minutes, I spoke to the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, and he was very concerned about this and said that this should not happen at all. And I will give immediate instructions to my team. And I think this kind of an environment will obviously lead to a proper implementation of projects as well as peace in the area. And both the states will work towards ensuring that while we resolve this issue, the people of this area should not suffer. So it's a process. I'm not saying we've completed everything. It is not easy, but we have come to significantly, at a good position now to finally find a conclusion and a solution to the problems in the border area.
So we can say is the next step now.
So, as you are aware, the first step for this process is the two states to agree. So, we worked very hard to make sure that the two states agree on a stand. The second step is to take it to the level of the national government, where we share our conclusion and whatever we have agreed on with the central government, and that's what happened this time. So that now the central government is also aware of what we have done. Ultimate stamp for this is not between two states or the government, it is the Parliament of India that is going to put a stamp on this. So based on the surveys now that will be conducted, this is very, very important to understand that we have now identified the villages and the rough areas which should be in Meghalaya and the villages in the rough areas which should be in Assam. Now we have to actually go down to the actual tree or the particular house or the particular road which should be on Meghalaya side and which should be on Assam sides, means micro details. And this is where Survey of India will come in. And they have been asked to coordinate with both the state governments and do joint surveys, not to do surveys individually. It has to be joint survey. And that process, once it's complete, and when the second phase, of course, also is complete with this joint survey, then we expect Government of India to put up a bill to reorganize the or redraw the borders, and that bill then will be put up in Parliament, and that will be the final stamp on it. So it is still a process that will take some time to work on, but what is important is that this process has finally started, and I keep maintaining that there are 2-3 things that a lot of people must understand. That number one,
Before going to Parliament, all these exercises in the ground has to complete
yes,
first.
yes,
Can we say that?
yes, yes, absolutely. And as I said, it starts with the two states agreeing, and then second step it goes towards Government of India coming to know about it and being brought into the picture, which has happened now for the first phase. And the third phase is the Survey of India will have to go down along with both the state governments and conduct joint surveys for micro details. And then the final bill is expected to be put up in Parliament.